Hello students, in this program we see how parameterized constructors works inside inheritance. We have already seen these programs where we have declared or defined one student class where roll number, name, these are the data members. Then student is a default constructor here. Then here we declare one parameterized constructor. Now I am removing this comment because we see here how parameterized constructors works inside base class and derived class. Now again we already declared get data function here for storing the values or for initializing the values for roll number and name of student object, and there is final display function which displays the roll number and name values on console. Now we have derived one marks class from student, and inside marks there are physics, chemistry, maths. These are the own properties of this marks class, and here one parameterized constructor for this marks class. Then here one display marks function we have written where we already display the roll number and name by using or by calling the display function of student class. Because of inheritance we can display we can call this display function of student class, which is the base class for this marks class. So we can directly call the public properties inside this marks class. And along with this display function we also displayed the marks of physics, chemistry, maths, and then its total and percentage. Now if we are declaring the parameterized constructor as well as default constructor inside base class, and now I am declaring the parameterized constructor in derived class also. Now what happens if there is only parameterized constructor in base class and not the default constructor? Means here now in our program there is only parameterized constructor in base class and parameterized constructor in derived class. Now it gives me one error because student, it gives me error like a student does not contain a constructor that takes 0 arguments. As we know how constructors will be called inside the inheritance if we create or declare the object of this derived class. If I am declaring object of this S1, then if I pass the arguments to this derived class, then my base class will be called before calling or before executing the derived class constructor. My base class constructor will be called first, and then derived class constructor will be called. Now if I want to initialize the roll number and name values, roll number and name values by using this parameterized constructor, we need to pass the arguments. So while passing the arguments of this marks class, I am passing the roll number and Archana as well. Now my aim is here, these are my parameterized constructors, these are the parameters for my base constructor, and these are the parameters to my derived class constructor. Now if I am using here 5 parameters, then inside my definition we need to take 5 parameters. Then this is my roll number and another is my street name. Now here we need to mention this roll number and name I want to give as a parameter values to my base class constructor. So how we can do this? By using this syntax. Now I am passing this roll number and name to my base constructor. So instead of giving here for our base class, use base keyword and then pass the arguments to base class as like this. So when we declare the object of our derived class and passing the arguments of base class as well as derived class, then these two arguments we are passing, and these two arguments we are receiving here in roll number and name, and these two I want to pass to the base class constructor. So I am giving this syntax. Means while we are creating our derived class object, we pass 5 arguments, or 2 arguments of base class and 3 arguments of its own. And from these 5 arguments, first 2 arguments I need or I want to pass to the base class constructor, and remaining 3 arguments I am using here for derived class constructor. So in this way we pass the arguments while we are defining the derived class object, and we may pass the base class constructor values as well as derived class constructor values inside this, or when we instantiate our derived class object. So what is the sequence of constructor calling? Before calling the derived class constructor, base constructor will be called, and by using this base, these values from our 5 values, these first 2 parameter values going towards the base class constructor, and values will be initialized like this. Here control goes here to base class parameterized constructor, and then control goes to derived class constructor, and remaining values of parameters will be assigned to these physics, chemistry, maths. In this way, if there are base class constructor which is parameterized and also there is parameterized constructor in derived class, then what we need to pass all the arguments, base class arguments as well as derived class arguments, when we are creating our object of that particular derived class, and then mention base class parameters by using this syntax. What is the syntax? You may use colon here and then base keyword, and inside circular bracket pass the base class constructor parameters. So in this way we may use parameterized constructor in both base class and derived class. Now if I run this program, we see what is the output. Same values I am using here. By using constructor, also 12 is roll number and Archana is name, and also by using get data, same values I am giving. So you can give the different values while calling the get data function. I am here getting the output like roll number as 12 and name as Archana, then physics, chemistry, maths values as 56, 67 and 18 respectively, and then we get the total and percentage. So in this way we will see our output. In this program I am not concentrating on what is the output, but we need to understand how we can create or define parameterized constructors in both the classes, and how we can pass the arguments to base as well as derived class constructor.